26, which is Ballet's Brilliance, a symphony of brain, body, and systems. The January Biomedical Artist newsletter is dedicated to January being a month of creativity, of self-improvement, of new beginnings, setting goals for a healthier and happier and more successful new year. And I think that ballet is an ancient and beautiful, graceful performing art that can help us live healthier and happier lives which are stress-free and to manage better stress in every day, the things that come up in our life. And why I know this? Because I dance ballet since a girl, and I know that in periods when I can't dance, I'm more stressed and accomplish less than if I set a set time to dance daily. And why study the science, neuroscience, medicine, and psychiatry of ballet? It's a performing art. Because I think if we try to understand better what are the effects of dancing ballet on the human brain and the body and the spirit, we will be able to use them in order to design effective preventive and management strategies for different human disorders, psychiatric, neurologic, of the cardiovascular system, muscular, skeletal, immunologic. And so I think that a new year is a blank page, and it gives us the opportunity to create something new. And I decided in the new year to make ballet brain body breaks, which are short presentations in which I highlight some beneficial aspects of ballet, both artistic and biomedical. And I explore, for example, different ballet movements, such as the adagio, the allegro. I explore different poses, such as the arabesque or the attitude, in different movements, such as plie or changement or releve, in what they evoke. Do they evoke a feeling of calmness or of joy, tranquility? And I try to understand if someone has studied what are the changes in the brain with respect to brain waves, whether they're alpha or beta brain waves or theta or delta, and what are the different neurotransmitters, dopamine, oxytocin, or endocannabinoids that are elicited when dancing ballet. And so I came to the conclusion that all of the neurochemicals act together when we dance ballet. And so it's like a symphony between the brain and the body in which many neurochemicals are involved. And if we try to tease them apart, we might lose the magical effects of ballet. I invite you to visit my YouTube channel to see the many videos, both long form and short videos that I created in January, dedicated to exploring the artistic and the health benefits of ballet. And I demonstrate different movements which are like a mini ballet class or a mini ballet break that you can take during the day to introduce more health and happiness and to prevent disease. One ballet that I want to mention is one of my first ballets, a pink red rose in motion for expression of emotion. Always when I dance ballet, I think that the rose adds an additional element of beauty, of grace, intuition, and symbolism. And therefore I always dance with a rose. And I highlight the amazing essential role of the neurochemical dopamine in dancing ballet, because dopamine is involved in movement, in cognitions, in learning and memory, in emotions, and I dance ballet for inspiration, which you can follow is a ballet class. I want to mention that the music is also important in ballet. Classical music is very beautiful and healing for the brain, and it complements the dancing. In other ballet body breaks, I explore additional poses and highlight that repeating the ballet movements is very important for neuroplasticity. When we train every day, changes occur in our brain, beneficial, that help us to fight stress and prevent or even reverse psychiatric and neurological disorders. And for example, in one of my ballets, I highlight the benefits of the arabesque pose for the nervous system. And it helps with proprioception, with balance, with focus and concentration, and with executive function. What is proprioception? Proprioception is one of our senses, and it is the body's ability to sense its own position and movements in space. And ballet is amazing for cultivating proprioception, and especially the arabesque poses. And proprioception might be disturbed in Parkinson's disease, in multiple sclerosis, Huntington's disease. These are all neurodegenerative disorders of movement, which also involve depression, psychiatric symptoms, and they might have an immune system component. Also, proprioception might be disturbed in diabetic neuropathy, in stroke, in autism, in Alzheimer's disease. And therefore, ballet may be helpful in all of these conditions. In other ballets, in January, I highlight how dancing may alleviate depression and anxiety by inducing calm and fighting stress and eliciting different neurochemicals that are responsible for these disorders. And I also highlight how allegro in the expressive poses And the attitudes provide unique psychological benefits that counteract stress and promote social connection. I highlight how ballet is a form of moving meditation, and it induces a flow state, and it induces predominance of alpha brainwaves. And this is very important for preventing anxiety and fighting stress. Also, ballet allows for emotional expression and joy. In this respect, the allegro is very beneficial, and some ballet movements such as the pas de chat or the sauté or the changement and the corresponding beautiful music. Ballet is also important for instilling confidence, because when you learn a ballet sequence and when you dance, you gain confidence in your ability. Ballet also creates social connection and boosts the neurotransmitter oxytocin, which is involved in empathy and in social bonding and in love. And in my ballet, orchestrated by a neurochemical symphony for stress relief, serenity, and splendor, I convey the idea that I mentioned earlier, that ballet is like a symphony of many neurochemicals acting together to, just like the musicians act together to create the beautiful music. And so I encourage you to browse through my YouTube channel, learn for yourself more about dancing ballet, and always to dance gradually to warm up. There is a reason why there are many repetitions to prepare the body and the brain for all of the following exercises so that you can reap maximum benefits and dance safely. And I want to mention that some of the beneficial effects of ballet by dancing have been observed in the brain just by visualizing a ballet sequence. And therefore, watching ballet can be just as beneficial to reap the health benefits, emotional benefits of dancing. And if you like my ballet program for healing with joy, art and science, please consider supporting me and contributing to my GoFundMe campaign. Thank you so much.